Biphenyls do not show geometrical isomerism.
Yeah.
It shows conformational isomerism. The rotation around the single bond is possible in biphenyls.
Okay. Now, did you understand what is this? It does not show geometrical isomerism. It does not show geometrical. Look at the board. Okay, everybody. Okay. So there is this bond. This is an axis. Okay. What axis? What I'm talking is this axis. Okay, around which you can rotate. Okay. So this is the axis that I am talking, which you can rotate. Okay. So there will be free rotation across this bond. Okay, there will be free rotation across this bond. Okay, there will be a free rotation, and this bond is known as what? Pivotal bond. Okay, can you see the bond? So this is known as what? Pivotal bond. So since there is free rotation of carbon-carbon single bond, so it is known as which type of isomerism? Conformational isomerism. Conformational isomerism. Did you understand why it is not geometric isomerism? In geometric isomerism, if there is a double bond, there is a restricted rotation across your double bond. So you cannot rotate freely. Okay. But in case of biphenyls, there is the rotation across carbon-carbon single bond, which is donating, which is connecting the two aromatic rings, the aryl rings. Okay, two aromatic rings, and this bond is known as your pivotal bond, and the compounds are known as biaryl. Okay, got it? The compounds are known as biaryl. Okay, so these are known as biaryl compounds. So when you start your answer, you have to write this thing. So the two aromatic rings that are joined together are called as biaryl compounds. So this is what is the introduction to your answer. Next thing is that your biaryl compounds shows conformational isomers, not geometric isomer, because of the rotation across carbon-carbon single bond, that is attaching the two biaryl bonds. Okay, so this is why it is showing conformational isomers. Got it? So did you understand the first slide, everybody? Why it is showing
Yes, sir.
conformational and not the geometric isomerism? Yes. Now let's go for the next one. Okay. Now let's go for the next. Okay. So this was the first. Okay. So first thing you have to define what are biaryl compounds. Whenever you write the answer, so make the notes what I'm telling. First, what you have to do? First, you have to write what are biaryl compounds that are formed by joining of two phenyl rings or biphenyl rings. They are also known as biphenyl because there are two phenyl groups that are attached. So that's why it is called as biphenyl compounds. Okay. Next. So can you read this for me? Can you read it? Anybody? Pooja, can you read it for me? Pooja, please unmute and read it for me because I find it difficult. It's quite far away from me. I can't read the slide. Fatima, can you read it for me? No?
Biphenyls containing four large groups in the ortho position cannot freely rotate around the central bond because of steric hindrance.
So what does it mean? Most important thing, A, B. A, B. So they now because of these substitutions which are present on the ortho position. Okay? Because of the substitution which are present in the ortho position. So this will restrict the rotation. Okay? Because of the presence of the bulkier group at the ortho position, that will prevent the free rotation. Can it rotate when there is rotation, there will be a hindrance over here. Because of the bulkiness, it will prevent the free rotation of the carbon-carbon single bond. So this rotation will be because of the bulky substitution at the ortho position. Did you get this point? What does it mean? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because of the bulky substitution at the ortho position, so it cannot be do. So there will be an interaction over here now. There will be repulsive force. So this will prevent the free rotation across the axis. Did you get this point? Now let's go for the next. So there are, because of this, they cannot be planar. Whenever there is a bulky substitution, they cannot be planar. So they will be assigning themselves perpendicular to each other. So this bond A dash, okay. So they will be perpendicular to it. So you have to draw this diagram. Okay, it is not there in your slides, but you have to show. So this pivotal bond will always be perpendicular. That's why they are not, the biarals are with longer hindered groups are not planar. They are not planar. They are not coplanar. They are perpendicular to each other. They do not lie. They are always perpendicular. Because of the steric hindrance, they cannot be close to each other. So they will be always perpendicular to each other. So this is the actual arrangement in case of your biaryl compounds with bulky substitutions at the ortho position. So you have to draw this diagram. I want you to draw along with me. So whenever you draw, first is your normal, then ortho substitution, then because of the bulky substitution, they will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, because of the steric hindrance, the two aryl groups, phenyl groups will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, the planes will be perpendicular to each other. This is what has to be drawn in your answer. Okay, they can be distinguished by both being symmetry, one ring symmetry or neither symmetry. Now let's go for this. So in the first case, what does it say? In the first case, what does it say? Nita, can you read it for me? In the first case, what does it say? The molecules have,
The molecules
yeah, go
the
ahead.
molecules has two planes of symmetry. If a plane is drawn containing all atoms or groups in either ring, it is a symmetrical perpendicular bisector of the other ring. Such molecules are not optically active.
So what does it say? So there are, so let us take an example. Nitro, carboxylic acid, and so you got same groups, nitro. So there is a plane of symmetry across here as well as over here. Okay, within the molecule and across the two biaryl, there is a plane of symmetry, because there are, if you draw from here to here and here to here, there is a center of symmetry over here. Same substitution. So let us consider, okay, this is nitro and nitro. This is methyl and this is methyl. So when you draw this thing, you will have something called center of symmetry. Yes or no? So there is a center of symmetry over here. So this is the element of symmetry that works over here. So because there is an element of symmetry, so when you draw from the center and from the opposite side, you have the same groups on the opposite side. So that's why it shows a plane of, moreover, if their substitutions are same on both the sides, okay, same substitutions are on both the sides, that is across the plane. Okay, so this is called as the first element of symmetry. Okay, that's why they are optically inactive. Got it? Did you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this thing is understood. Within and across the plane, both there is a symmetry. So that's why it is optically inactive. Okay, what is it? So here center of symmetry plays an important role also. Now what is the next? Next, can you read it, Nita? Somebody is joined.
In the second, yes, sir. In the second case, only the one ring is symmetric. One plane of symmetry is sufficient to make the compound optically inactive, and it is. The case may be symbolized as A, B, C, C.
Okay, A, B, C, C. Okay, So there is a plane of symmetry within this molecule. Na? This molecule has a plane of symmetry. You can put any group over here. Okay, A, B. So there is no plane of symmetry. But over here, in the second aryl ring, phenyl ring, there is a plane of symmetry. Okay. So this will not be optically active. Did you understand the example, Fatima? Okay. Did you understand the example? Don't look at that. Okay. There is a, here also if you see, there is a center of symmetry over here. If you see this particular example, you can see center of symmetry. COH and COH are center of symmetry. Okay. And there is one more group. See NO2 NO2. Okay. There is some there is NO2 NO2 in the group. 2 NO2 in the groups. Okay. So understood this, everybody? So there is a plane of symmetry within the molecule. Okay, there is a plane of symmetry within the molecule. There are two similar groups across the molecule. So that's why it is optically active. Fatima, did you understand this? Plane of symmetry where one carbon is having.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, can we go for the third one? Okay. Can you read it for me? Nita, can you read it for me?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the third case, neither ring is symmetric. There is no plane of symmetry, and many such compounds have been resolved. This corresponds to AB.
What happens? So, what is can be resolved? Okay. Neither the third case of plane of symmetry is not third case. So, what happens in the third case? Neither in the third case neither ring is symmetry or neither there is no plane of symmetry, and many of such compounds can be resolved. So, what does this mean? So this is not plane of symmetry, unsymmetry. Okay, don't get confused. So what happens? There are no plane of symmetry. What do you mean by resolved? They can be separated. Okay, so there is no plane of symmetry, and the substitutions are also not symmetrical. That means there is no center of symmetry in the molecule. So such type of compounds are said to be optically active. Okay, AB. Okay, such type of compounds can be, in this case the substitutions are small numbers, they can be resolved. Okay, that is the next. Now, how come the biphenyl show optical activity? Can you read it for me?
Yes, sir. Optical activity was caused by the presence of a chiral center and non-superimposability of mirror images.
Yeah. So what is the
Certain
criteria for this?
molecules,
There should be a
however,
chiral center
are
and
still
non-superimposed. Certain molecules, however, read it. Go ahead.
certain molecules, however, are still optically active even if they do not contain a chiral center.
Yeah, go ahead.
Biphenyls do not possess stereogenic centers, but still they are optically active. Substituted biphenyl exist in enantiomeric forms. Biphenyls can be chiral if two conditions are met.
So what is the
If bulky
criteria?
groups are present on ortho position
Yeah,
and plane of symmetry absent
in the ring. So there should not be plane of symmetry. That is, on the opposite, on the same side, the two similar groups should not be on the same side, same ring, or else they should the two similar groups should not be across the center of symmetry. Okay, then it shows an optical activity. Okay, and the group should be bulkier so that they cannot rotate. So these are the two conditions that have to be met to obtain optical activity. Got it? To obtain optical activity. So let's see condition 1 for optical activity. Read it. The substitution here.
the substituent in the ortho position must have a large size. If three bulky groups present on ortho position, they cause restriction.
Yeah.
The groups are large enough to interfere mechanically, that is, to behave as obstacles, then free rotation about the single bond is restricted. Thus, the two benzene rings cannot be coplanar.
Understood what? So minimum three groups should, two groups or three groups should be bulkier so that they will interact and their position will be such that they will mechanically interfere with the free rotation. So it will block block its rotation, and that's why once it blocks its rotation, so it cannot be coplanar, so it should be perpendicular to each other. So this can be only obtained when the groups are bulkier. Okay, understood this? Restricted rotation. Why? When there is an bulkier group, it will prevent the rotation of your two rings, and that's why they will be not coplanar, they will be always perpendicular to each other. Even if you see this thing, one is flat ring and one is your straight ring, so they are perpendicular to each other. You can show it like this also, what is shown over here. One is flat ring and one is your straight ring. Okay, so this is how you can show the two perpendicular planes. Okay, next.
Resolvable biphenyls must contain different ortho substituted on each ring. If one or both rings contain two identical substitution, the molecule is not chiral. In other words, plane of symmetry must be absent in biphenyls.
So there should not be either plane of symmetry or center of, there should not be a plane of symmetry. That means there should not be same substitution across the biphenyl ring. So if there is same substitution within the ring or between the two rings, then the compound is said to be optically inactive. They are not chiral. So the substitutions must be different on the two biphenyl rings. So the substitution should be different. There should be no two identical substitution. Got this? Understood this? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Fatima is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Fatima. Did you understand the criteria?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this thing, did you understand? So what should be the minimum distance? 0.29. Okay. 0.29 nanomolar should be the nominal distance. It should not be less than that. If you sum up both the groups which are present on the ortho substitution, it should be more than 0.29 nanomolar. So when it is more than 0.29 nanomolar, this free rotation will be restricted. So when the free rotation is restricted, the molecules become chiral and optically active. When the distance is less than 0.29, free rotation becomes possible and they are not resolvable. Why it is not resolvable? Because they will be flipping to one or another position, one conformation to another conformation. So once it is flipping between two conformation, you cannot be able to resolve it, and that's why they are optically inactive. Did you understand this slide, everybody? Did you understand this slide?
Yes.
So why it is not resolvable? Because it can flip between the two conformations, so you get a racemic mixture. Understood, everybody? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is the two conditions. What they should be divide of plane of symmetry. A and B should be different. A plus B should be greater than, at the ortho position should be greater than 0.2 nanomolar. And this is how you determine the configuration. Okay. How do you do P and M? So you have to take in a Newman's projection formula. First A and B substitution, then the back ring. Okay. A dash and B dash. Okay. Right, top and bottom, right and left and right, and you have to go across see the priority. If the priority goes across the counterclockwise direction, that is given as M configuration. If the depending upon the Kane-Ingold method, so you should use Kane-Ingold method for your giving the priority. And if it is clockwise direction and an anti-clockwise direction, it is M, and clockwise direction it is P. This is how you can determine. So this was missing. So what is the most important thing that was missing between? So you have to start with this biaryl compounds that I explained, pivotal bonds, and the chirality due to bulky group on the ortho position that act as a barrier across the single bond free rotation. This phenomena of rotation, restricted rotation across the carbon-carbon single bond due to steric hindrance is called as atropa isomerism, and such isomers are called as atropa isomers. So this is about biaryl compounds. So this is all about biaryl compounds. Okay.